Have you ever stopped to think that some of the most powerful foods for the human body are not new at all? They are not hidden in expensive supplements, secret formulas, or trendy powders. In fact, many of them were already known, valued, cultivated, and consumed thousands of years ago. Some of these foods appear in biblical lands as symbols of abundance, strength, healing, provision, and longevity. And now, modern nutrition is showing that many of these ancient foods truly do support the body in remarkable ways. But let's make one thing clear right from the beginning. No single food can heal you instantly. In the literal medical sense, real healing in the body usually happens through consistent habits, wise choices, proper medical care when needed, and a lifestyle that reduces inflammation and nourishes your organs over time. Still, there are foods that can begin supporting your body almost immediately by stabilizing energy, improving digestion, reducing dietary stress, and giving your cells the nutrients they need to repair and function better. That is exactly why this topic is so powerful. These biblical superfoods are not just spiritual symbols. Many are nutrient-dense, simple, accessible, and deeply aligned with the kind of eating pattern that modern science keeps linking to better heart health, metabolic balance, lower inflammation, and healthier aging. So, in today's video, we're going to walk through 10 biblical superfoods that can transform your health naturally. And by the end, you may realize that some of the best foods for your body have been in front of humanity for centuries. 1. Olive oil. Let's begin with one of the most iconic biblical foods of all, olive oil. In Scripture, olive oil was more than food. It represented blessing, provision, consecration, and daily life. It was used for cooking, light, anointing, and trade. That alone tells us how central it was in the ancient world. And now, thousands of years later, extra virgin olive oil remains one of the most respected foods in nutrition science. What makes olive oil so powerful is not just fat, but the type of fat. It is rich in monounsaturated fats and naturopolyphenols, compounds that have been linked to healthier cholesterol patterns, lower oxidative stress, and improved cardiovascular markers. Studies on olive oil, especially polyphenol-rich, extra virgin olive oil, have shown benefits in areas related to heart and metabolic health. In practical terms, olive oil can be one of the easiest biblical superfoods to include in your routine. Drizzle it over cooked vegetables. Use it in salad dressings. Add a small amount over beans or lentils. Or pair it with whole foods instead of ultra-processed sauces. The key is moderation and quality. When used wisely, olive oil becomes a simple daily tool that supports the body rather than burdening it. To lentils. If you remember the story of Esau and Jacob, then you remember lentils. Lentils are among the most recognizable legumes in biblical history. And today, they remain one of the smartest foods you can eat for sustained energy and metabolic support. They may look simple, but nutritionally, lentils are loaded with value. Lentils are rich in fiber, plant, protein, minerals, and slow-digesting carbohydrates. That combination matters because it helps promote satiety, supports digestive health, and tends to create a gentler blood sugar response than refined carbohydrate foods. Research on legumes also links them to improvements in cholesterol, fasting, glucose, and overall cardiovascular wellness. This makes lentils especially valuable in a world where so many people feel tired, inflamed, overfed, and undernourished at the same time. A warm bowl of lentils with herbs, olive oil, and vegetables can be far more healing to the body than processed convenience meals. It nourishes steadily, it satisfies deeply, and it gives the body fuel without chaos. 3. Figs. Figs appear repeatedly in biblical imagery in daily life, often associated with peace, prosperity, and the fruitfulness of the land. In ancient times, figs were practical, portable, and valued as an energy-rich food. Even today, they are still one of the most underrated functional fruits. Modern nutrition research shows that figs contain fiber, minerals, and a range of plant compounds, including polyphenols with antioxidant potential. Fiber is one of their greatest strengths because it helps support bowel regularity, feeds beneficial gut bacteria, and may help with satiety. Good digestion alone can make people feel dramatically better in a short time, which is one reason foods like figs often feel healing in a very real everyday sense. Figs can be eaten fresh or dried, but portion awareness matters, especially with dried figs because the sugars are more concentrated. A small serving paired with nuts or plain yogurt can be a satisfying option. In other words, figs are not magic, but for digestion, micronutrients, and natural sweetness, they are one of the great ancient foods worth bringing back into a modern diet. For pomegranates are one of the most visually stunning foods in the Bible, often associated with beauty, richness, and abundance. Their deep red color and jewel-like seeds make them unforgettable. But what's even more impressive is what modern research has discovered about them. Pomegranates are rich in polyphenols and antioxidant compounds, and studies suggest they may support cardiovascular health, blood pressure regulation, and protection against oxidative stress. Some reviews also point to anti-inflammatory potential, although the strength of evidence varies depending on the outcome being studied. That is important because oxidative stress and chronic inflammation are deeply tied to modern health struggles. When you eat foods like pomegranate instead of highly processed sweets, you are not just avoiding harm. You are actively introducing protective compounds into your system. Add the seeds to salads, plain yogurt, oatmeal, or eat them on their own. They bring color, freshness, and genuine nutritional value. Fish plays a major role in biblical life. From the fishing economy around the Sea of Galilee to the meals connected with Jesus' ministry, it was a real food of the people, and in many ways, it still should be. Fish remains one of the best whole food sources of high-quality protein and, depending on the type, omega-3 fatty acids, omega-3 fats, especially those found in fatty fish, have been associated with heart health, lower triglycerides, and support for brain function. Research also suggests omega-3 intake plays an important role in healthy aging and cognitive well-being. This is one reason fish has earned such a strong reputation in evidence-based nutrition. For practical use, the healthiest approach is usually simple. Preparation: baked, grilled, or lightly cooked fish instead of heavily breaded or deep-fried versions. Sardines, salmon, mackerel, and other oily fish can be excellent choices. In a world overloaded with processed meats, fish stands out as a more nourishing, cleaner protein option for many people. 6. Honey. Honey is one of the most famous biblical foods of all, especially in the repeated phrase describing a land flowing with milk and honey. It was treasured as a symbol of sweetness, abundance, and delight. But honey also has a fascinating place in health discussions today. Here, we need to be precise. Honey is still a sugar-rich food, so it should not be treated as unlimited or harmless, especially for people with diabetes or blood sugar concerns. But honey also contains bioactive compounds, and medical literature has shown that certain types of honey can play a real role in wound care and healing when used appropriately in clinical or topical contexts. As a food, honey may be a better occasional choice than refined sugar for some people, particularly when used in small amounts. But the real wisdom is balance. The biblical beauty of honey is not in excess. It is in appreciation, quality, and proper use. That message still matters today. 7 grapes. Grapes in vineyards are woven throughout biblical imagery, representing blessing, cultivation, celebration, and fruitfulness. Grapes were eaten fresh, dried as raisins, and used in various forms across daily life. They were deeply embedded in the agricultural identity of the ancient world. Nutritionally, grapes provide hydration, natural carbohydrates, and plant compounds, such as diets rich in fruits and plant foods are consistently linked to better long-term health outcomes, especially when they replace ultra-processed snacks and sugary desserts. Grapes are not a miracle cure, but they are part of a pattern of eating that supports the body rather than stressing it. For many people, grapes are also helpful because they make healthy eating easier. They are portable, naturally sweet, and satisfying. That matters more than people realize. A food does not have to be exotic to be powerful. Sometimes, the foods that help most are the ones you will actually keep eating consistently. 8 dates. Dates were highly valued in the ancient Near East and were considered a dependable source of nourishment. Historically, they mattered because they stored well, traveled well, and delivered dense energy. In regions where food preservation mattered greatly, dates were practical and precious. From a modern perspective, dates provide natural sugars, fiber, and minerals such as potassium. They can offer a quick source of energy and may be useful when paired with protein or healthy fats to make the effect more balanced. This makes them a far better choice than many modern candy-like snacks made with refined ingredients and artificial additives. Still, dates are best respected rather than overused. Because they are concentrated in natural sugars, they work best in smart portions. 1 or 2 dates with nuts or chopped into oatmeal can be a more wholesome way to satisfy sweetness while still keeping your eating pattern grounded in real food. 9. Barley. Barley is one of the core grains named in biblical descriptions of land's abundance. It was a staple crop, a practical grain, and a foundation food for many. Today, barley deserves far more attention than it gets. Whole grains and fiber-rich foods are strongly associated with better cardiometabolic health, and barley stands out because of its soluble fiber content. Foods rich in fiber can help improve fullness, support digestive function, and contribute to healthier blood sugar and cholesterol patterns. This is one reason ancient staple foods often look surprisingly wise when compared to the refined modern diet. Barley can be used in soups, grain bowls, or as a side dish in place of more refined starches. It is hearty, grounding, and deeply satisfying. If your current diet is built on white flour, packaged snacks, and low-fiber meals, adding a grain like barley can feel like a real shift in how your body responds to food. Days. Garlic may not always be the first food people think of when they hear biblical superfoods, but it has ancient roots and a remarkable modern reputation. It has long been valued in traditional diets, and nutrition science continues to investigate its compounds for possible health-supporting effects. Garlic contains sulfur compounds, including allicin, which has been studied for antimicrobial and cardiovascular supportive effects. While garlic is not a substitute for medical treatment, it can absolutely be part of a protective dietary pattern that supports heart health and flavor without relying on ultra-processed seasoning blends packed with sodium and additives. General evidence on plant-rich eating patterns and cardiometabolic health supports that kind of substitution. One of the best parts about garlic is that it upgrades healthy food. It makes lentils richer, vegetables more flavorful, soups more comforting, and simple meals more satisfying. Sometimes, the foods that help the body most are not the ones sold as miracles. They are the ones that make wholesome eating easier to sustain. So what do these 10 biblical superfoods really teach us? They teach us that true nourishment is often simple. It is grown, not manufactured. It is recognized by history, not just by marketing. It is rooted in the earth, shaped by wisdom, and confirmed, at least in many cases, by modern nutritional science. Olive oil, lentils, figs, pomegranates, fish, honey, grapes, dates, barley, and garlic are not fantasy foods. They are real foods that can help support real health when included as part of a balanced lifestyle. And maybe that is the deeper message here. The body often responds best not to extremes, but to consistency. Not to hype, but to nourishment. Not to shortcuts, but to patterns. When you start filling your plate with more natural, fiber-rich, antioxidant-rich, minimally processed foods, your body often begins to respond in ways that feel powerful. Better digestion, steadier energy, fewer cravings, improved satiety, and a stronger sense that your food is helping you instead of hurting you. So tell me in the comments, which of these biblical superfoods do you already eat? And which one are you going to start adding to your routine? And if you believe food can be both wisdom and medicine when used correctly, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications, because here on Healthy Fruits, we are uncovering the natural foods that can help you live stronger, cleaner, and longer.